I'm gonna get a volume back for this series at some point to put in there instead of just like this big picture from chapter one. But anyway, Bone Collection. I like this first villain. He's already really interesting. I'm very intrigued to know what his kind of scope is, just based off of like what's revealed at the end of the chapter with him wanting to take the tail out of this scroll, and like what exactly is that going to result towards? Like I don't know. That's just a really weird thing. I bet if there's like maybe there's something in the like the whole tailed fox like lore that would make sense to it. Like maybe he gets more powerful by taking the tails of other fox kind of yokai. I don't know. Either way, like it starts out like things are just kind of being a little bit silly. Like there's just some bickering between Kazami and Pyra, and they're like talking about how essentially like listen, it doesn't need to be as affectionate and close as like what you guys are doing, but essentially the yokai spell is like based off trust. So the more trust between the two of them, the bigger the synchronization rate and the spiritual energy that's kind of like swapped between them. And from that, there's just like some nice conversations from the characters afterwards, where they're trying to be like, okay, what's the plan? Like Pyra wants to become human and marry Kazami, and Kazami wants to become one of the four exorcist kings and change the world. I like how he's got a very basic, like both of them have very basic kind of goals and very understandable ones very early on, but the fact that they kind of clash is I think what makes it more interesting. Not entirely, but obviously they're gonna have to kind of like work between each other in order to even get one of these accomplished. But after that point, like the one girl, the smaller one, she's like saying how like she understands the issue, saying guys are dumb. I'm not always, definitely sometimes, more often than not, but geez, come on, rude. But there's just some nice conversations going on between like they're kind of just like chatting over what's going on with the situation. This girl doesn't seem to think very much of Kazami. I mean, geez, like she says how her and her brother don't get along, don't talk very well, but I don't really know what that has to do like right now with Kazami. Like she seems to be becoming good friends with Pyra, but like Kazami just seems to be completely just kind of getting shut out of all this. But the big meat of the chapter obviously is when they get to the island and people are kind of like just meeting up, seeing what's going on. You get all these extras just gonna be like, all right guys, we need to all group up and just get a grip on what's happening. And after that point, you already see the fox yokai dude just come down there, completely slaughter a bunch of these exorcists. You see like limbs and like dismembered flying around in the air. The dude does not play. Like he immediately went into like some pretty brutal stuff. I was actually really surprised by that. So I like to see where this guy's going. Actually, yeah, as I'm looking at it, the sister's tale, Runa, I think her name is, she actually has the pattern on her tail is the same as what's on this dude's tail, like the kind of like black dots, the kind of like black little dashes. So definitely intrigued to see what that does, because maybe that'll be the thing. Like I said, like he's has to take the tails out of other like fox spirit people for power. That'd be, in my opinion, I think that'd be really cool to see kind of like presented, because it would very simple and yet very serious situation that they're in. And the character already seems I've already got some interest in him. Not only that, because when you have the samurai dude and Akifuyu go in and they go and attack him, and he's like, oh, I miscalculated, like I can't take both of you on at the same time. He kind of just turns to smoke, and it's like sitting up on this like big pedestal tower with the girl, and he's like, listen, I'm gonna pull out her tail, so don't bother me. And then he put up they put up a barrier, and they're saying how the island's defenses have been hijacked, so they're gonna be now doing whatever they need to try and stall out time for this guy to take this girl's tail. And they're saying like if it's done by force at the current state she's in, it's going to kill her. And from that, you have Kazami and Pyra end up kind of like being in a good spot. Both of them have a set goal right now, and the synchronization rate for their power has increased. So I'm wondering what the number for that is going to be. Like, are they going to go up to like 10 or something? Are they going to be stuck at 5? I suspect the series is going to be kind of like it's not done the best in the last couple volume ranking or the chapter rankings. I don't know if its volume has been sold yet, but I'm hoping that it'll do well enough that it won't get canceled and we're not going into like a part of the series where the author is just going to be rushing stuff in order to just kind of like get it to a spot where at least they get to have a full attempt before it gets canceled or something. Because it'll bum me out if this series gets canceled because I like the comedy, I like the characters already. My only complaint right now with the series, in like a legitimate complaint, is just the art. The artist is definitely good. The artist can draw, but you can tell some of the scenes aren't looking the best. But I think that's just because they aren't used to the demand of, a weekly series at the moment. It's one of those things I feel like they'll just get better at over time. I do like the art style, like the art at the end, or really the best one I think is this one. This one, this dude comes in, and especially like the beginning of the chapter when he's just kind of like standing in front of the city, and you have all that really nice shaded kind of like areas around him. He's just standing there smoking. Dude looks badass. So fingers crossed the series does well. I don't know. I think this is the author's first serialized series, so it's a big deal for them to have a series in Shonen Jump like this. I would like to believe, like, fingers crossed, if it doesn't work out, that they go to Shonen Magazine instead. But we'll see. They're a little bit more forgiving from what I've seen. But anyway, other than that though, comment below. Tell me your thoughts about this chapter. Fast read, like I said, pretty easy chapter. Just some nice character stuff and build up for this bad guy. So we'll see where that goes in the next chapter. Actually, something I noticed at the end, Kazami's hair didn't really get longer when they used the Yokai spell, but the marks, he's got 2 of them now, and Pyra's got him as well. I don't know. I wonder why his hair didn't get any longer. Anyway, other than that though, comment below, thumbs up the video, prefer the like button, subscribe button, and check out my other videos. But other than that, I appreciate everyone who's already subscribed, and thank you all for listening. Bye.